Forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, a lot of cloud cover out there tonight. You can see on the satellite and radar picture, those clouds are not just covering Illinois, but we're talking all of Indiana into parts of Missouri, Iowa. Sunshine, that's something we've seen a ton of here lately. Temperatures are in the low 30s and below freezing. Springfield and Champaign. You've got just a little bit of a wind. The wind chill, not a huge factor out there tonight. If you are heading out and about, there's a little bit of mist. There's a little bit of fog that is out there as well. And as temperatures go below that freezing mark, you do get some of that mist and maybe some freezing drizzle at some points. All right, we're going to come back, talk about how the rest of the week shapes up. It's a calm one, but there is some wintry precipitation to tell you about. We'll do that coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Breaking news. 3 people are dead after a plane crash today in Sangamon County.
It happened 7 miles southeast of Springfield, just east of Lake Springfield. It was headed for the Abraham Lincoln Capital Airport from Huntsville, Alabama. Officials say it was this twin-engine Piper Aerostar. We have team coverage for you tonight. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy is in our tracking center with more on how weather played a role in the crash. But first, we're going to get to Mark Maxwell, who's live at the scene tonight. Mark, just a terrible update since 5.
Jennifer, indeed, tragic news. We're here at a church just on the outskirts of Springfield here. We got word and confirmation from Sheriff Jack Campbell that 3 people were on board, 1 dog included. There were no survivors when that plane went down in the field. We know now that federal investigators are also on the scene, with more expected to arrive in the hours to come. At this time, they are still working to confirm the identity. The Sangamon County Coroner's Office is present and working together with the FAA to try and pinpoint exactly who was on board. A lot of people in town, of course, anxious to know who it was that was flying into Springfield from that Huntsville, Alabama trip, and they're waiting to confirm that information and release it until the family has been identified. There will be an ongoing investigation into what exactly went down. For right now, authorities are also instructing anybody watching in our audience, anybody nearby, to stay away from the scene. There have been a number of people trying to get closer to take pictures. But if you do have information, if you live nearby, that was very close, just yards from a house. If you have any information at all, the Sheriff's Office is asking you to contact them. Those pieces of information from the immediate aftermath may be able to help them piece some of this together. We're still awaiting some of those pertinent details, but for now, live just outside Springfield in Sangamon County, Mark Maxwell, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Mark, we'll come back to you in a little bit to see if there's any more updates. Thank you. And we are continuing our team coverage of this plane crash. Our chief meteorologist, Kevin Leidy, is here now. So, Kevin, tell us, how could weather have played a role in this?
Well, weather, obviously, it can really cause some havoc in trying to land a plane. It was one of the most dangerous portions of any part of a flight is landing and taking off. The plane here, southeast of the Springfield Airport, about 7 miles, crashed. Now, we look at the conditions that were being reported at the time of the crash: fog and mist, and 30 degrees. We all know that the freezing point is 32. Fog, we all know that that can be a big issue there. I want to show you guys, here's a look at what is known as the Flight Aware. It's a tracking service that tracks air traffic, and this is the actual plane here as it came in. What you're going to notice on this green line as it left Huntsville, as it comes into the Springfield area, it actually does a loop. And officials did say in their news conference that the pilot did radio to air traffic controllers that he was having some issues with some of the weather. He did a little bit of a loop around, it looks like here, before eventually crashing southeast again of the airport. So you can see the path it took: weather, fog, mist, freezing temperatures, ice buildup. I think those are things that are going to be coming into the report that eventually the FAA will determine the cause of the crash. But from what I can tell, from my expert opinion, I think weather definitely played a role with this.
All right, Kevin, thank you so much. The remains of a man found in Peoria County have been identified. The Sheriff's Office found a skull washed up on the shore of the Illinois River near Kingston Mines back in 2017. That's 15 miles outside of Peoria. A DNA sample matched a torso recovered from the same river back in 2016. The remains have been identified as John Frisch. The coroner says he was beaten in the head and dismembered. Investigators are looking into what he did in the days leading up to his body being found. A Mattoon woman is filing a lawsuit after hospital staff refused to let her service animal inside the building.
She had to travel more than an hour to be treated. Her miniature horse made the trip with her in the ambulance. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays joins us now. So, Jamie, she is claiming the hospital broke the law.
She says her horse is a registered service animal, which means it can go with her into places like a hospital. The hospital would not comment specifically about this case, but said they do welcome service animals unless they present a safety or infection control issue.
With me everywhere, courthouses, grocery stores.
Jennifer Inman has epilepsy, issues with mobility support, and PTSD. She has 2 miniature service horses, Rocky and Thunder, to help her with her medical conditions.
I might lose consciousness. And in those moments, you know, Rocky will not only sense that before even I do and put himself in position to protect me, he alerts me before it happens and then supports me after it does.
This week, they stepped up when she needed it most.
I had an episode of lightheadedness coming down the stairs inside of the house, and I lost my balance and fell down the stairs.
Inman and one of her horses, Rocky, were put into an ambulance and taken to Sarah Bush Lincoln Health Center in Mattoon. But Inman says when they got there, she was told Rocky could not come in.
I showed proper documentation that he is approved by Department of Justice and protected under the American with Disability Act, and they said that they were aware that it was in place, but they would only allow a dog, not a horse. I felt very discriminated against. I felt it was very unfair, you know, to my service animal.
Inman had to travel about an hour away to a hospital in Terre Haute, Indiana.
That was an additional hour of agonizing pain that I had to endure before seeing a physician.
A statement from Sarah Bush Lincoln Hospital says, in part, Sarah Bush Lincoln doesn't refuse care to anyone. We treat them, monitor them, and assist with mobility as necessary. Due to the size of our exam rooms, it could be difficult to provide care with a horse and 2 care providers. We permit other service animals besides dogs, including cats. Inman says she wants the hospital to change how they treat service animals.
They are allowed access just as a service dog is, and they are not to be discriminated against simply because they are a horse.
Inman has called the Department of Justice. She was told hospitals are supposed to refuse to let Rocky, are not supposed to refuse to let Rocky inside. She says she was told service horses can go anywhere service dogs can go. She's filing a complaint with the ADA and filing a lawsuit. Back to you.
Well, it sounds like this situation is certainly not over yet. If you get an update, please let us know. Jamie, thanks. Millions of dollars are being made from recreational marijuana, but Macon County isn't seeing any of it. That has some living there frustrated. The Decatur City Council said no to recreational sales last year. Macon County did the same 3 weeks ago. Since January 1st, dispensaries have sold more than $20 million of recreational pot. Cities and counties that okayed those sales get a portion of that money from taxes, but not Decatur and not Macon County. The mayor says she still believes the cons outweigh the pros.
And one of the first questions I asked of law enforcement was, law enforcement leaders, do we need this money to help us offset whatever problems we get from this? Do we need more police officers? What are we going to need? And overwhelmingly, the response from law enforcement officials, and that's the sheriff, it's the police chief, was you will never get enough money off this tax to handle all of the things you'll need to handle with this.
The mayor says they opted out after doing research into legal pot, but some in Decatur who are for it say emails show city leaders never considered it a possibility, ever. They say minds were made up months before a public hearing on the topic, meaning supporters never really had a chance to be heard. Now they want a referendum on the 2020 ballot to okay sales. To see those emails from city leaders, go to WCIA.com. Homeowners say more shots were fired in Champaign just hours after the shooting at Marketplace Mall on Saturday.
They say several shots went off outside their home near the intersection of Hedge Street and Hedge Court. WCIA 3's Karina Rubio is live in our newsroom. So, Karina, the homeowners say the bullets went through their house. Was anyone hurt?
Jennifer, nobody inside the house was hurt, but the bullets definitely did some damage. The homeowners showed me bullet holes through the walls, furniture, picture frames, and even their TV. They say they were sleeping when they heard the shots go off. One of the homeowners went to go check on their teenage son. That's when they realized what happened. They say they're used to things like this happening where they live, but never expected their home to become the target.
I'm already afraid and I'm nervous and I'm still here and I can't just pick up and go because we own the house, you know what I'm saying? So if you're not home, can't be safe at home, where are you going to be? Where can you go?
Willa Biggers also says police came and collected shell casings. They're still waiting for updates. When I spoke to the homeowners today, they told me they want answers to who did this and want to see the community work together to prevent senseless acts of gun violence. Live in the newsroom, Karina Rubio, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right. Thank you, Karina.
A former state senator admitted to taking a bribe in return for his vote. We'll tell you what he took $250,000 for.
Also tonight.
We had 146 students that had a direct link to Wuhan City.
Those numbers are at the U of I alone. What's being done to monitor the coronavirus in central Illinois?
Our monitoring of the weather on this evening is showing calm conditions with the Pontiac RV roofing camera. Some fog, some mist, cloud cover, relatively calm week, but we do have a little wintry precipitation we'll tell you about.